It is that time of year where workers are starting to wrap up and prepare for their summer holiday break. Joining us now is Tourism and Transport Forum CEO Margy Osmond. Margy, good to see you as always. So tell us, will we finally be back to pre-COVID levels, do you think, in terms of travellers getting away this summer?
Well, lovely to see you, Ash. Look, yes, we have high hopes of this summer holiday season. Quite a few people will still travel overseas this year, but I think the bulk of Aussies are going to stay at home and find a beach. Certainly, that's the early indications that we have. Probably the big story for this Christmas holidays is just remember it's going to be a bit crowded at the airports, and when we have situations like Melbourne's fog today, it's not an awful lot that the airlines or the airports can do about that. So, as in every other holiday season, pre-COVID or during COVID, a little bit of patience when you're travelling at the airport is going to be an important thing this year.
Yeah, how chaotic did it get there in Melbourne today? And more broadly, looking ahead, how worried are you about threats of strikes we've seen by Virgin staff? That could create real havoc, couldn't it?
Well, look, we hope the capacity to negotiate and have a conversation prevails in that space and any other that might arise. There's no doubt that this is a holiday season that the tourism industry needs to be a successful one. And I think, despite the fact that we've seen loads and loads and loads of people going away overseas, that we're going to see a resurgence of places to an even greater height than previously, places like the Gold Coast, which is just the standout winner around the country. So if people can find a way of combining the beach, the theme parks, and as much urban activity with shopping and restaurants, that's what they're doing. And the Goldie seems to be the big winner in that space.
Okay, domestic travellers are one thing. What about inbound from overseas? We've been reporting this hour on a big breakthrough on the China trade front. In terms of Chinese tourists, have they started coming back?
Oh, yes, absolutely. And I think one of the most telling issues in that space is about 3 or 4 months ago, the Chinese government removed the ban on group travel out of China and into Australia. Very, very important. And we now have the 8 carriers, for example, Chinese carriers that were flying in and out of Sydney Airport are back in the mix. And certainly, I think airports like Sydney and Melbourne and Brisbane are back at, if not at pre-COVID levels, possibly a little bit better in some instances for all international travel. China will take a little bit longer because there will be something of a lag time, but we're very hopeful that by 2025, we're going to see those numbers back where we'd really like them to be.
Yeah, it's a slow comeback, isn't it? But look, we all hope that our travel operators, tourism operators have a good summer ahead and that all those travellers can do so safely and smoothly. Margy, always appreciate you joining us. Thanks for your time.
Thanks very much, Ash.